Hey, welcome back to another DMC video. We're going to dive into more about season 3 overview, giving you and providing you every information that you need to know before you dive into on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the battle system workstation, a new field upgrade, new way of carrying plates, backpacks, new missions that we're going to be getting, supply runs, a new skeleton key that you're going to be using to be able to open any door that there is in Al Mazrah or in Shika Island, and much more. If you like how that sounds, a like is much appreciated. Also, don't forget to turn on all notifications when you subscribe so you guys are always receiving our videos, and also making sure that you guys know when we go live, helping you guys complete any mission in DMC. Now, let's dive into this video. First of all, what is happening with DMC? We're not going to talk about the story, about the different type of factions, what's really going on between all four and the new one, but we're just going to dive into the meat of this video, in which is going to be the batter system. First of all, it says outside being important of the missions, DMC will have another purpose of season 3 update is live. It says across every exclusion zone, all buy stations will have an option, in addition to buying gear and weapons for cash, bartering. This is where you use recipes. These give instructions to your operators, including a component list in order to build new equipment. It can be more useful to your current situation, meaning depending on what you guys are trying to do at that moment. In other words, says where you exchange items for others at the start of season 3. Some battery recipes will be available for most of the new plate carriers, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about the different carriers and backpacks. So we're going to be looking into DMC and how are all these operators that you can infiltrate with are going to help you. All right, so let's dive into and talk about more about the contraband workbench. Now, here I provided you guys earlier today a little more information, but let me just dive a little more details and give you guys about the different things that you can do in the workstation. In the workstation, you'll be able to upgrade just about any contraband weapon that you find on the floor. It also means any weapon that is dropped, or that you kill a player and they drop a weapon. As an example, you don't like the scope and you rather have a different type of scope, you can also add that in exchange, of course, for money and maybe sometimes different items that you need to be able to upgrade that weapon. So yes, not only are you able to get contraband weapons, that also includes acquiring weapons from other players. Is to attach what we believe is the most advantageous attachment to a contraband weapon. Most of the time, up weaponing won't be 5 attachment. You see some attachment to consider are suppressed, which are great for stealth situations and so much, right? So that's what I was pretty much trying to explain to you. So it all depends on the type of situation you're at that moment. If you need a sniper with a better scope or suppressor just to go more stealthy, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Now, let's dive into the active duty slots, and they're saying the following. By far, one of the most largest and the longest active operator slots are critical part of this experience. Core value of asking calculated risk for incredible rewards. That means that you're going to have 3 active duty operators that you can use. As you see here, you can grab a backpack, kill streak, 3, 2, 1 plater. I'll talk to you a little bit more about the plate system, how it's going to work for moving forward, and also about the gas mask, or if you need a self rebuy. All of those type of 3 different active duty operators have the same items that you can use. As you see there, you can customize it, and once you customize it, you're going to be able to equip that. Now, let's take a little bit more of what Infinite Award is saying about it. It says, at the start of the season 3, every player Call of Duty equips separate operators that have their own unsoldiered items. These items include backpack plate, carry skill tricks, in everything that I already explained to you guys. Now, what I want to talk to you guys a little bit more is, says using just one main operator like in DMC prior to this update may limit you to strategies like building up every operator to full strength on scavenger runs, then using them all if necessary to knock out a difficult mission or secure weapons. So it seems like you're going to have three different choices, operators to infill with. It's just depending on the need that you guys are looking for. But I really don't, to be honest, my honest opinion on this, don't know how it really works other than just coming to fully kitted. But have in mind, DMC is more PvP, a little bit more PvP now because, a lot of you guys requested that the bots be nerfed, and certain developers are listening to the wrong content creator streamers. And well, it is what it is. So now DMC is more PvP. So you also have that aspect that if you get knocked out, you have the other two type of active operators that you can come back and use to complete the other missions. Now, let's get into the plate carriers, backpacks, and also the rebreather, which is going to be a new thing in DMC. The new backpack system works the following way. So it's a secure backpacks, as the name suggests, secure items. So we have the secure backpacks. So it means that whenever you go into a secure, you add it to the secure item, any contraband and non-soldier are secured in your inventory and don't convert to XP upon extraction. But it also says, plus items in a secure backpack are kept at active duty soldier if they are eliminated in an extraction zone. Most likely, one of the biggest game changes in DMC along the active duty operator slots, as this can help with supply runs, missions, objectives, and both of them come from the same idea of persistence. In DMC, you need to continue doing missions and tasks despite getting knocked down. For the secure backpack, even if you lose, let's say, an item, an important item, it still be there with the secure backpack. And remember, there is a barter recipe that you can always do if you get knocked out or if you lose that. As for the scavenger backpack, these take out that third weapon slot. So you can come with a third weapon, no longer will be there. If you choose the scavenger one, it says it's not usually found in medium or large backpack, and add additional item slots, perfect for completing missions when area a ton of valuable items that need to be picked up. At this moment, I could tell you right away what's going to happen, guys, boys and girls. DMZ, even though you get knocked down, you may have two operators, you may have different backpacks, but if you can't really exfil with the items, it's going to be rinse and repeat until you are able to exfil. And I think that is one of the reasons why we're going to be talking a little bit more about birds in the sky, new vehicles, exfil options. But let's dive into the different plate system that we have here. We have temper, revive, comms, and stealth. As you guys are able to see here, the different type of plate carriers that you can do. So let's take a look at it. It says you may already be familiar with the temper plate carrier system in Call of Duty Warzone, but in case you need, we're going to give you more over this. It says a 3-plate medic vest grants both faster revives on squad mates as well as faster revives when using a self-revive kit. All around a helpful vest, but especially great for those who find themselves as a squad medic. I mean, this may probably be good for a solo player as well, but it definitely will come very handy if you are on a team of 3. You guys are going to be able to just revive yourself really quickly. Now, if you go against a 6-player team, which should not exist in DMC, but we'll see how that goes later on in the season. Now, we take a look at the 3-plate comms. We're going to be looking at it. Says, like a signal booster, it has a few benefits. It increases the duration of all UAV technology the kill streak, UAV tower, an enemy radius dropped by AI, and makes them function as an advanced UAV, meaning they only show players' directions and locations and other bonuses. As a vest, also drives give you an audio cue when an enemy operator is close to you, like an auditory version of the high alert perk. It could also be great for solo runners, especially. So that's probably why it might be for good for solos, but it definitely, I mean, once again, if it works for solo players, that means people are running in three and a three team, people are running on a six team, the squad up with a six-player team. It comes down to again the same thing, boys and girls. Everything just going is going to cancel because everybody has the same advantage. Of course, it just depends what type of plate you are using at that moment. But I'm guessing you could probably, if you kill someone and they drop that type of vest, I'm sure one of the three players are going to be able to equip that, and then the advantage of a solo player goes out the window. Let me know in the comment section below what do you guys feel about that. I know you probably will say it is an advantage because we get that advanced UAV on everything. I do get that, but at the same time, they kind of cancel it because you are playing. Remember, is Warzone DMZ. The last one is a state play carrier, which I think probably would be best for solos. Come built with a ghost perk, keeping you off the radar, but built for those times when keeping a low profile is essential. And then we're going to be having a new field upgrade we're called Rebreather. This one you're going to be able to use just like you saw it in Raid Season 1. The first raid, you go under the water, you're able to take a deep breath and you last longer underwater. Very helpful for Ashika, very helpful for sometimes in Al Mazrah. That you can use this to be able to swim around and get away if you need to from other players. Now, and then let's talk about the skeleton key, which is probably a game-changing thing. This will be a special, very special key, which I think we even mentioned it in the live stream various times. There should be a key that would allow you to open just about anything in DMZ. Now, of course, this key comes with a price and is going to cost a lot to be able to get it. It says these keys can only be created through a special barter system recipe because every item can matter in DMZ, and barter means losing items to make others. It means the best to save is for those incredible tough to find keys, or use it as a backup for those missions that require special key. As you see, it's going to cost you, we don't know if it's going to cost, it's probably going to cost you money, and on top of that, different items that you need to collect to be able to get this key. I don't know if you're able to save it, but based on what they're saving here on this last thing says a backup missions that require a specific key. So you might be able to save this key for future missions or tough one that you say you need a gold bar or you need a golden skull, you're able to use that. Now, what about the new missions? What to expect? They are saying that season 3 of DMZ will not reset your mission progress. Season 3 of DMZ will not reset your mission progress. It doesn't specify much, but let's just dive a little bit into it. It says, furthermore, the new redacted faction available to all players will have 3 of its missions tiers available in Season 3 at launch, and the other 2 will come during the mid-season. Have new bosses, something completely redacted happening in mid-season, and sure to give you more challenges and rewards at all operators. Now we have a new thing in here that is the supply run contract. This is already in Warzone, and they're going to implement this, giving you guys an easy and way to be able to loot up really quickly in DMZ and just have a better way to survive or maybe go against other enemies, other opponents in the game. Says the supply run is a great way contract of gearing up when your active duty operator is brand new. think of it as a lower stakes safe cracker. Safe cracker. Instead of iron safes, all your operators needs to do is to find wooden crates. All items there are free for taking. I mean, it sounds like we already have that in the game when you find the crates, but we'll see. Maybe they come earlier or during the mid of the game. Who knows? Maybe you don't need to complete certain contracts to be able to get the crates. They automatically just drop. And then we move on to a new way to exfil. As you see here, it's going to bring back the heavy chopper. Now, you actually need something. You need to get fuel, and the fuel is going to be located in the airport. Without this fuel, the chopper will not take off. Now, as you see there, I'm looking at it, right? There's one helo drop at Halfport. There's another one by City Hall in Al Mazrah, and I don't know if there is a third one. Maybe they're going to add different options, but maybe there's only two heavy choppers in Al Mazrah that can be taking that you can refuel and just take your own private exfil or just move around DMC. Who knows, right? I mean, it is a heavy chopper, meaning that no one will, if even if they shoot you, they will not bring you down. So it will be a safe way to move around Al Mazrah. So there you go. That is so far all the information that you guys need to know about DMC, what is coming up, how it's going to work, how the new active operator slots will work, the workbench, battery systems, and everything you need to expect from the new supply run contract, the new way to exfil in Al Mazrah and also Ashika Island, I'm guessing, and also rewards that you may be getting. We're going to have to talk about that a little bit later. New plate vests, a new backpack system. So looks like we have a lot more here that we probably could lose and gain at the same time if you infill in Al Mazrah, but we're still yet to experience the games. Once we dive into it, we'll see how it is, right? Once again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to turn on notifications to all so you guys are aware when we bring you the next video and when we go live each day at 6 p.m. Central Time. Once again, thank you for watching. We'll see you again.